Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain. And we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. McCaffrey. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Here's McCaffrey. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 20! And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On second down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Marlon Mack, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point forthcoming. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
0-0-0. Hey, alert. 56. Good job right there. 56, right there.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Eluding the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and
Run left. Me. I got this. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. All day, punk. Hey, alert. Mike, 56.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up.
Now a hit and a loose football.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can it's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. On 3rd down, Brissett. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Philip Dorsett. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play action. Now Wilson escapes the sack. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. Going to look deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
14, front it.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
They run it with Carson. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Check. Alert. 26. Hey, guys, listen. Watch 36. Gun. Hey, get in the weight room.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. He's got Lockett. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it. It's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why I ended up having to go up one-handed. But, boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab.
Watch the twist. 12. Check. Hot route. Hot. Gun. Under 10. Shoot.
On 1st down, Carson has some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 2, Brissett, and he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that, 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Shaquille Griffin on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Check right 39. Check right 39.
On 2nd and 7, Brissett unable to find Alan Lazard. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team. And they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Let's go! At their own 35-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming. Tighten up. Bang, 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 bang. Big air. He alert. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
One left.
Small.
14.
Back. Slam.
Now it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go for into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And this one is right through. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
That's it, baby. We got work.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 52. Jim.
Here's Carson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Kill.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
That's a gain of 7.
Slide it away.
Brings us third
Got it.
and 3.
Alert.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Kill.
Go, guys. 4 down.
Shit. Watch the shift. Shift. Kill. Check 215.
This is Carson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 17-yard line.
Hey, 0.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
14.
Rush in.
On second down, it's Carson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
280.
Hey, we got to get this stop.
Front left. Friday.
Watch the
Good touch.
They go play action now. Wilson rolling to his left. He may try and run for this. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
That's a lot.
And 1.
Clear. 40.
Check 56. Watch the run.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Brian Burns. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Danny. No. Off. It's free. Mike's by 4. I know he ain't got it. Check 99.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54. Hey, pick your man.
Second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, check. Mike's go. Mike's 54. You go right now.
Looking to throw on second down. Brissett. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Carolina.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Mike's by 4.
Brissett to throw on first. And this is incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And it's second down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it.
Check. Watch 54. And here we go. Watch the pass. Mike's 54. Check pass.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go. Check Mike 99. Guys, it's game situation.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Panthers' 39.
From the 39, Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Trying to get away, but could not. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season. To throw on 3rd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
50 seconds. Look left.
Push him back. Push him back. 56.
Check.
56.
Check. Low alert.
You got nothing in there. Off. You got nothing.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Wilson flush to his right. He'll run it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
56.
19.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Go, 4 down.
Give me something. Here we go. Deuce.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Metcalf once again the target.
Check out. Tight dog. Watch the safety creep.
Fair.
Okay.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 4th touchdown on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Don't get nervous.
On 2nd and 12, Brissett. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
This is McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Watch Mike. They can't hang with us. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the Mike. Come on.
On 1st and 10, Brissett gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And give him a gain of 37. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Bandit. 25. Check 25.
40.
Shift.
Check.
Let's go.
40.
Double up.
Hey, 0.
That's it. 56.
Wilson to throw. This complete to Lockett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
Go. Hey, 0.
Throwing now is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Go, 14. Check. 95. Block that. Left for signal. Check.
Now Wilson being chased out left. And that's incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
He's back to throw. Out to his left. His throw incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. And that'll make it third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
56.
Right left.
Right there. 56.
Bang out. Bam.
Let's go. Out.
12. 12.
Check.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Fourth down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check.
Hey. 26. Go. That's me.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
Check four. Check.
Now a run with McCaffrey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
52. Let's pick it up. It's out.
Brissett.
Let's get off the field.
And his throw here is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And to the 46 he goes and no further. So he is well short of the first down marker. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Now on to punt as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
He's coming, double up.
One flush. Left pass.
46, boy, 46 to Mike. Ricky.
Here's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go down. Touch 50.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. He's got the first down and more past midfield. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Wilson now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Zebra.
They'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
0-0. Good job right there. And let's go double count right here. Double count.
You.
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brissett. He's got the hook up to Lazard. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Brissett. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side. Midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down. Brissett's pass complete to Curtis Samuel. 3 and out. 4th down.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Gotta do better. Come on. Come on. Mike 52. Mike 52. Go, go, go. Throw. Check that.
Brissett on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And Anderson's got it. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep
From the 22, Brissett, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
You pop.
From the gun, here's Brissett. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Switch. Kill.
Guys, 4 down, 4 down.
Watch the shit.
Check.
They'll try the left side. Carson, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a game.
Zebra.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 49-yard line.
Flare. Check. Showing it.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
56. 0. Check. Lucky. Shit. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
You guys, listen.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Run left. Smart that.
SOS. Switch it.
Hey, easy. Check.
Penny, a 1st down carry. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Tighten up. Pull it together. No. Off. Check 99. 6 guys. Check 6.
Alert.
Check 6.
Gun.
Hey, alert 3. Watch the other.
14, Friday.
Check.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Alert.
Goose.
Gun. 12.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Twist, twist. Save.
Cut.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Blue 15.
Hey, 0.
Watch the run. Check it out.
Alert. Just.
One left. One left. 14.
Play action. Now Wilson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session. And here's your ball game. Down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
He's not going to get me. Tight dog.
Go, guys. 4 down.
56, Mike.
12.
I'm coming. Watch the safety creep.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Panthers will get the football back. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Panthers, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my 50. Ex-slick, then